Hi, welcome to Core. My name is Kat Thomas, and today I'll be showing you what goes on in week 3 of our yoga challenge. Yes, we've made it to week 3. Congratulations to all who have been following along. If you haven't, the yoga challenge is a series of 5 weeks, 5 minutes a day for 5 days out of the week, going through different asanas or poses and really starting to build your core strength, learn different muscular movements that help you breathe and feel good about life on a daily basis. So, what do we have in store for us this week? So starting with a boat pose or the Padipona. We'll hold that for 1 minute. And then moving right into reverse upward plank. This is Purvattanasana. That is 1 minute as well. Then we're going to do an extended leg pose, 1 minute on each leg. And then finally moving into our Bakasana, or the famous crow pose. So a little more challenging, but you've built yourself up and you're learning how to really use your full body and the strength of your core to move you in and out of all of these poses. So I'm going to go through and show you different modifications as well of what you can do to enjoy the yoga challenge that honors your edge in your body. Make sure you have a little water. If you like using props, you can use yoga blocks. If you've got books that are of the same height, go ahead and grab those, or go ahead and follow along here. I like to put some music on. It's a good motivator for me. If you have essential oils or incense, go ahead and start using those. So for boat pose, we're going to start on the mat. I like to make sure I'm rooted down nice and firm. I pull away a little bit of that flesh so those 2 bones are planted down on the mat. I'm going to bring the shoulders up towards the earlobes and then roll them back. Now I know my body is in line. Crown of the head floating upwards. I'm going to flex those 2 feet. And just feel the connection right now that you have here. So by doing that, aligning yourself, shoulders going down the spine, the navel naturally comes in, spine elongates. And with each of these poses, we're going to really focus on using the Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath, remember, if you were to close your eyes, seal the lips, you breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out that steamy breath like you were trying to write on a steamed up mirror, maybe a little note for yourself like "you're a badass!" exclamation point. So try and use that breath to really move through the position. Okay. So with boat pose, there's a few different ways that we can do it. Modified is what I'll show first. So we're going to just bring our hands down just on either side of our sit bones. Again, roll those shoulders back if they roll forward. And we're just going to bring the knees up and start pointing the toes, drawing the knees in towards the heart center, 90-degree raise. So if you want to just hang here, just make sure you're giving yourself a little boost. You can use the hands if you want, drawing that heart center towards the knees, gaze going up towards the ceiling, toes are pointed. If you want to move into full boat pose, you're going to point those toes up towards the ceiling and come into more of a V formation. Again, this gets a little more tricky because you want to start rolling back. You want to make sure that you're staying on your sit bones, keeping those legs lift. To finally add that extra dash of spice, we're going to extend the arms, fingers spread, palms facing one another. Again, don't protract. We're going to retract those shoulders, kind of like the shoulder blades want to kiss. So again, you can hang here, you can hang here, or you can hang here. It's all up to you. When you come out of the pose, gently lower the legs, flex the toes up, and draw one knee into the heart center at a time. Keep those toes pointed now. Hollow out that back, drop the forehead down towards the knees, and hold for 3 breaths. So that is your boat pose with a few different modifications. Our next challenge pose is reverse plank. This one's gonna take a lot of willpower, even for this girl. So we wanna start again in our staff pose. Again, readjust if you need to, get rooted down into the earth. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, swing those wings back behind you. Place the fingertips facing the sit bones. So your hands are about maybe 3 to 4 inches behind. You're gonna roll the shoulders back and get yourself set up. So reverse here is, the modification here is reverse tabletop. You're gonna draw the navel in as you place both feet down, hips distance apart on the mat. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the hips sky high, pressing both into the hands and the feet. And hold here, really lift those hips up. Another modification is just exhaling, lowering down, and inhale, lifting the hips back up for 1 minute. And full reverse, you're gonna place those feet down on the mat, lifting the hips sky high, having a nice straight line from the crown of your head down to your toes. And exhale, just drop the hips slowly. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale. When you come out of this pose, again, flex the feet, lift the heart center, nice, strong, straight spine, and then draw the knees in, point the toes, hug those knees, curl the back for 3 breaths. Beautiful. Okay, moving into our third pose in the challenge. So this one's fun because now that our arms are full of fire and energy, we're gonna come up onto our mat, standing position, make your way up. I always like to come over onto the balls of my feet, place the hands down on the mat, and slowly start to drop the heels down, coming into forward fold. Again, you can always have the knees slightly bent, not a problem. Drop the head though, and slowly start to roll the body upwards. We're gonna connect one vertebrae at a time, and slowly roll yourself up to a nice standing mountain pose or Tadasana. All right, so this is going to engage a lot of things: balance, core, and sheer beautiful will. So we're gonna start with our right heel. We're gonna ground that in and then lower to the ball of the right foot. So really feel the connection, root down through the right side of your body. Bring the palms up, fingertips spread, and draw the navel in, pelvic floor comes up. So if that doesn't make any sense to you, if you had a really tight pair of pants and both your feet were on the floor and you're trying to zip them up, know what that feeling is, and it engages everything here. That's what I'm talking about. So right side of the body's in check, rooted down. As you inhale, you're gonna slowly lift that left leg 90 degrees. We're gonna start with this is the modification. You're gonna flex that foot and slowly kick it out. Now, for 30 seconds, you can hold here. You can always kind of give yourself a little boost in the first few days of the challenge. You wanna make sure that right leg is straight and strong. You can always hold here, give yourself a little support, or keep the hands here. Kick that foot out, and then you can also bring it back in. The ultimate spiciest part of this challenge is to keep it extended for 30 seconds. And then as you exhale, control it down, let that limb float down, and finally reach the mat. Then you want to shake it out. There might be a little fire on the right side, so let's bring that fire to the left. Again, ground starting with the heel, then connect the ball of the foot. So you should be able to wiggle those beautiful toes while your foot is planted into the mat. All of the support should be on the ball and the heel. Again, root yourself down, zip up the pants, and slowly inhale, bring that knee to 90 degrees. We're gonna keep that front foot flex, extending and kicking out. So you can hold here for your 30 seconds. You can keep doing a little bit of a bend and extend here, or you can just keep it at the 90-degree bend the whole time. Honor your edge and slowly exhale as you lower back down. Shake it out. Now again, remember we're using that really beautiful Ujjayi breath here, keeping the lips sealed. So as your heart starts beating fast, and maybe you're cursing me as you're going through this, allow a little smile across the face and use that Ujjayi breath to really slow the heart down, because then it'll allow the mind to feel like you're enjoying this whole process, which hopefully you are in some ways. Okay, so as you come out of this, I just want you to kind of do a nice reset. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. So we're going to start right into our crow pose. So we're going to forward fold as we swan dive the arms down, navel's drawn in. Again, let the head and the arms drop down. Take some breaths here and get yourself ready to get set up. So here we're going to actually place the hands down on your mat, or if you wanted to use your blocks, go ahead and use those. But I would suggest just trying it this way. If you don't reach, go ahead and bend the knees. It's quite all right. You're going to just walk the feet out now, kind of like if you're moving into a big squat here. Okay, you can play around with this, maybe wiggle side to side. You're going to spread those fingers out nice and wide. Make sure the palms are flat. So this one is going to be something, if you're not used to going into crow, you're going to have some fun with it. Don't worry, the floor will catch you. And you're just going to start coming up on the ball of the feet and get that feeling of bringing the heart center up and over the fingertips. Okay? Just a little rocking back and forth. Just so you know, you haven't fallen over yet. And if you have, just come back to this position. So you want to bend the elbows. You're going to bring the insides of the thighs, insides of the knees and legs, and they're going to press on the upper parts of your arms. So here, now we're just going to rock back and forth again in this move. And then finally, when you're ready to start that minute, you're going to come roll over, and you can just start lifting one foot at a time, pointing the toes. Keep the navel drawn in, keep the breath flowing. And if you want, you can start hopping up. Slow and steady. This could be your full minute. You just hopping up and getting used to that feeling of lifting off the ground. For those that feel comfortable and want to go into the full pose, you're going to come up, lift those hips slightly, press into the legs with your arms, lift both feet, big toes touch, reach the gaze forward. And exhale, come back to the mat. Hold for as long as you can for 1 minute. When you're finished, I want you to straighten the legs, forward fold, let the head drop. Take 2 long inhales and exhales. On your third inhale, lift those wings sky high, palms come together. Exhale, draw them down to your heart center. Gaze upon the fingertips. Shoulder blades coming down the spine. And hold here for 3 more breaths.